Just thrilled to come out with a win. And obviously take care of business in the game. But we obviously didn't play great in the first half. In the second half, the guys tightened up, played much better. Started with our defense. Thought Keon Williams was terrific in terms of setting the tone again by losing himself within the game and making an impact without having to necessarily score. With that being said, there's a lot of improvement that needs to be made, and it's what the non-conference is supposed to do, give you some different challenges. So looking forward to moving forward.
You went with Keon to start the half. Was that just the hot hand? What was that decision?
There was no hot hand in the first half. So no, it was he earned it. He deserved to be out there. He was making the type of plays that gave us a chance to have success. And at the end of the day, that's all it's about.
What's his growth been like from game one to what is this, like just even a few games in? Have you seen him change at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him kind of start just playing free. And again, we talked about it a little bit Friday. It's hard as a freshman because this is a hard deal to do, and we don't have anybody who feels sorry for you. It can kind of get lonely, but he's tough. He's got a little bit of enough resilience to overcome some struggles. He's fearless enough because he doesn't know that he's supposed to, be worried, and because of that, he's been able to impact our guys and gain respect of his teammates, more importantly.
What he's done these last two games, is that kind of what you were hoping to see from him at this point of the year, or is that maybe something you expected further into the season?
Yeah, to be honest, it's what I saw from him when I recruited him. And obviously watching him do it as a high school junior and senior, he's much more comfortable in that environment with those teammates to just play kind of that style. And then you get here, and now terminology changes, and you feel like I got to do everything the coaches tell me, right? And my feet has to be in this position, my hand has to be in this position, and I have to say these specific words. Some of it's true, but not all of it, right? Sometimes you got to let go of the technicalities and just go be a ball player. The game doesn't change that much. There are more talented people out there. There's more strategy involved. But by nature of his hustle and his effort, he can have an impact the way he did today.
Avery made mention of you guys' first couple of games, you start hot and don't close as well. Now you're not starting as hot, but closing better. How do you find that consistency to put together?
It's part of the process. And today was more, I thought we lacked energy, which is, never something you want to admit as a coach. It's your team. I thought we were ready to play. It wasn't about being ready to play, but I thought that they played more inspired than we did to start. Keon changed the climate of that when he came in. He made some things happen for us, and he really wasn't afraid to voice that with his teammates. That's the other thing about him. He's not afraid to speak up when he feels like things should be better. So I asked them nicely if they would play better in the second half, and they did.
Tyreek, he's put together a pretty good stretch of games here. Has he kind of carved out a role that he feels comfortable with?
Yeah, it's similar, and similar to Keon's role. Keon's probably a little bit more naturally skilled basketball player, but Tyreek's got a recklessness about him as well, and sometimes makes it uncomfortable for other people to be in the paint with him. I mean, I think he dunked that ball with 3 guys going for the rebound. So just understanding he can bring a physical presence to us is something that we'll need as we move forward in league play. We'll need Thursday when we go play a Big East team that's going to probably be in the top 10 by the time we get there. So his role is really, really important for us, trying to become a good team this season.
How nice were you at halftime? You said you were nice.
Yeah. It's Sunday, so I'm going to have to go back to church again, and I'm going to call my grandmother because she watches every game, and she lets me know when I say bad words. And I'm going to have to tell her because I know she didn't see it on the court. But it was Sunday, and I probably should not say some of the things that I said at halftime. But our team needed it, and my job is to make sure that we give ourselves the best chance to win. So whatever the message is necessary, it's the one I'll try to deliver.
Caleb seemed like he had another one of his off games or whatever. What does he have to do to avoid these types of performances?
It's a great question, man. I feel bad as a guy who's coached him for 4 years that I can't give you a great, articulate, highly sophisticated answer. The truth is, he's got to just go play. we shouldn't have these conversations anymore. To be honest, I mean, he needs to be a guy that we send him out there and we know what we can expect. But for a game where we come in and talk about how good that they were rebounding the ball, they beat Washington State, this team did, and out-rebounded them. I think they had out-rebounded every one of their opponents up until today. Had just beat the Arkansas State team on the road just a few days ago. And all we talked about for the last day and a half was rebounding is the most important thing we do. And to come in at halftime and be down on the glass, having given up 8 offensive rebounds, and I look up at the stat sheet and he doesn't have one, and it's unacceptable. And, he's better than that, which is why I expect more. And I tell him this all the time. I expect more from him because I expect more for him. Like, he deserves more than he's allowing himself to have right now. And until, he figures it out, it's going to be incumbent upon me to keep reminding him that.
I think coming into today, Moose had a 10-block lead already on the conference. You mentioned that he'd get more national praise if you guys had, won all your games so far. But just how much growth have you seen from him from last year to now?
I mean, he's not even the same player. It's not even close. A year ago today, he was an emotional roller coaster at all times. And he still plays with great passion, but he's less emotionally driven, and he's more tactical about what he's supposed to do. He's very good in ball screen coverages. We haven't shown it, but we can switch with him a little bit when we need to. And obviously, when you get in the paint, people are looking around to see where he is, so he's having an effect even when he's not necessarily blocking shots. Teams aren't taking as many layups because he's in there. And so we got to continue to just build his confidence on the offensive end, which he's getting better there as well. And then the free throw lane is obviously the most glaring thing that he's got to address.
Avery is shooting. I haven't quite done the calculations, but he was kind of close to 90%, and he had a good game today. So he's up there from the free throw line. Is that something you feel like maybe you've been missing a little bit in the last couple of years? Or how
With Avery specifically?
Well, I guess with the team, just having somebody consider the line.
Yeah, we didn't shoot him great today. But yeah, I mean, that's his job. He's a point guard. He's supposed to make free throws. He's supposed to make all of them. So 90%, again, am I asking for a lot? Yeah, but as a senior point guard, when you get fouled, I expect you to go up there and make them all. He's got the ball in his hands. He's the type of guy that's going to be in those situations late game if teams are fouling. I got to have no worries that if he gets fouled, whether we're going to be able to convert. Which, again, I go back to the Southern Illinois game. That's what was so frustrating, as we had opportunities to close that game out at the line and didn't do it.
What was just your initial thoughts on the team's defense overall, and then maybe specifically Q?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have an elite defensive team. I haven't watched everybody. I've watched probably 70 teams play college basketball already this season in a little over 3 weeks. And I haven't seen a whole lot of teams that I would say, man, we got a long way to go to catch those guys defensively. For us, it's taking care of the basketball. It's offensive efficiency. It's being more consistent from the three-point line. And again, Q, he doesn't know as much as he's gonna know, but losing himself and playing with a little bit of kind of less worry, I should say, about making mistakes will help him immensely this year.
I think they only shot 8 free throws too, and some of them were on that tech. You feel like you guys are doing a good job of guarding without fouling too?
I think so. I mean, it's been a process. We've been a much more pressure, extend defensively probably the last 5 years. We've had great length. We can get out there and really bother people. This year we're a little bit smaller in the backcourt. And so what we tell those guys now is contain a little bit more. But we want to funnel them into Caleb and Musa and Tyreek, where those shots are difficult to make. And I think for the most part those guys are doing that. I think so. That means if they shot 8 today, I think it was 4 the other night, so 12 in 2 games. That'll give you a shot to win a lot of ball games if teams don't shoot 10 free throws against you.
You mentioned in the preseason not having the kind of go-to defender like guys that you had last year. Does that kind of help with switching, though, that you're not worried about keeping one guy stuck to another guy? It seems like you switch pretty much everything.
We switch a lot more than we have. I still would like to have a guy, and I think Keon, to be honest, I think Keon's going to become that for us. I think that's a role that's available still for him. It's one that he's capable of doing. He does have a good body. Tyreek's another one. He can guard guards because he can move his feet well. He's got a obviously crazy body. So still would like to have a guy that you just, hey, you have that guy tonight. And we're not switching him, but eventually we'll figure that part out.
just refocusing and regrouping at halftime. You know, coach that came in and really preached like we can't let teams play harder than us, and I take full responsibility of that because as a captain, I'm supposed to address that as soon as I see it happen. So I got to be more vocal on the court when I see it happen, and just that's how it really happened. Just regrouping at halftime.
These last 2 games for you, it seems like you're more confident now. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I just at the first 5 games, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna say first 5. I would just say first 3. The nerves, it's not high school, it's not AAU, it's Big 12 basketball. So once the nerves came down, I just started playing basketball.
What's helped you get through those nerves?
Avery Anderson and the other seniors around me, they just like, well, I ain't gonna say, I'm gonna just say when I don't be feeling like to be here, they show up, and they change my mood, they bring the energy for me, and then they just continue to coach me, not only on the basketball field, but off.
How much of a learning curve is there for you?
I would say it's a big learning curve because I'm the only freshman, so I be having most of the mistakes. So that's the hardest thing it is.
Avery, what do you kind of tell me? You've been in his shoes.
Like I said to y'all, he a freshman, but he not a freshman. Like he gonna come out there, play hard, and do whatever he needs to do, and he gonna bring the energy. As y'all can see, like he been doing that the last 2 games, and I really been on him like, good job, good job, good job, just cheering him up. And if he continue to do that, he gonna be a great player.
What have you seen him do the last 2 games that's really kind of stood out to you, besides the energy mainly?
Crashing the glass on the defensive end, getting rebounds, just all that.
Moose has got 4 double-doubles now this year. It kind of seems normal for us who see him every day. Can you kind of put into words what playing with him is like?
I mean, crazy, bro, because, you know, as guards, you know, he makes up for a lot of our mistakes. If we get blown by, we don't got to foul or try to reach down before the guard tries to score because we know he's going to come over and block it. So he makes up for a lot of mistakes that we have as guards. So it's just a good thing to have him down there for real. And then also on the offensive end, you can just throw it anywhere and he'll go get it.
Hugh, what's it like for you? You're new and you've got a 7-footer playing with you now. What's that like for you?
So I played with a 7-footer before, but I haven't played with a 7-footer that's like athletic as Musa. So it's just always like, wow, he can do that. Like, it's just always amazing to see him just jump out the gym.
Tyreek's had a good stretch here. What have you seen from him?
Oh, yeah, he's bringing a lot of energy just like Q coming off the bench. You know, a lot of the bench players that's coming off is bringing a lot of energy. And so like I told y'all at the beginning of this year, like, anybody can start like that. That's how many good pieces we have. So Reek just coming in, doing what he do, crash the glass, offensive glass, defensive glass. It's bringing a lot of goodness to our team.
For both of you guys, how big are the lobs for this offense? As guards, just I feel like every game y'all are just throwing it up and the bigs are slamming it down. How big are the lobs?
I would say they are important because we got a 7-footer. Once you get it up there, who's going to out-jump him? So I would just say they are very important.
Avery, you feel like you're starting to find as a team a rhythm offensively?
Yes, sir, I would say because the only thing I feel like we're having trouble with is just like getting off playing 20 minutes. We only playing 20 minutes. Like the first couple of games, we'll get off to a good start. Played a good 20 minutes in the first half, and then now we not playing a good 20 minutes in the first half, but playing a great 20 minutes in the second half. So offense is good. I would just say we got to play a whole 40 minutes.
Avery, you're shooting, it's getting close to like 90% from the free throw line this year, and you've had a lot of attempts. Is there something new that's gone into that, or just extra focus?
I feel like just last year was a fluke, you know. I shot pretty bad, but at the same time, I just got to stay in the gym. Like, a lot of my shots aren't falling right now, so I can't really be down on myself. I just got to stay the course and just keep shooting. And my free throws, as you can see, I've been working on them, so I just got to keep shooting for real.
Why'd you go no-head then today?
Something different. I just felt like trying something different. Yes, sir.
Q, what did you think of the teal jerseys today, playing in that? Did you like that?
It's always is just like a smile on my face when we get to play in New Jersey because during the summer we didn't have the jerseys. I was wearing the same orange jerseys, and now every game it's a different jersey, so it's just always exciting.
And Avery, I know we talked about the in-7 jerseys. It feels like every year when you break it down, like the history and the heritage and all that stuff behind it. Is it cool that it keeps coming back?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Actually, these are my favorite jerseys, I would say, because I just like the blue and the orange. But it's just nice that we could just support them, you know. And Lindy, he's Indian or whatever, and just supporting him and his culture. It's just cool.
Q, on your visits, did you take pictures in the teal?
I did.
It feels like is that an option? How does that work? Picking on an official visit, do you get to pick?
Yeah, so they just lay out a bunch of colors, and I guess you just pick like which one you think is the best. So I picked this one and the black one. They just stood out the most.
Anything else?
What accessories did you pick? Do you remember? Are there like chains or brands or what else?
All right, so I came on a visit twice, so I took a picture twice. So my first time, I think I had the chain, I had a sleeve, and I had leg sleeve. Second time, I think I had the chain, the leg sleeve, a hat, and I had added a basketball.
What about for a game today? Is it tough to like match the sneakers with the teal? Like, what's your thought process when matching like the stuff with the game?
I really try to just match so they gotta say you gotta be looking your undershirts and stuff always gotta match. So I just say I try to match my shoes, my undershirts, cause you ain't gonna put on no ugly color undershirt with your jersey.
Yeah. For me, I guess my shoes are just like crazy now. Like I just put on anything. I feel like the shoes gonna bring it out. So I just go crazy with the colors.
All right, we'll wrap it up there.